welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing my first update to my 2022 project pan. If you haven't seen my intro, I will link it up here as well as in the description box down below. Let's get started. First up, I have the Red Earth Herbal Essence Foundation. As you can see, I am so close to finishing this up. Since about 3 uses ago, nothing would come out from the pump. I just have to unscrew it and scrape it out of the bottle. So I really hope I'd be able to finish it by my next update, though I think the product that's left in here is still gonna last me a good amount of uses. As far as weight, when I weighed it today, it weighed 110 grams. And back in my intro, it weighed 115 grams. I'm really happy about that. Next up, I have the Rimmel BB Cream. I didn't have too much progress on this one, especially comparing to the Red Earth foundation. It has only gone down 1 gram since my intro. So today it weighed 33 grams, and in my intro it weighed 34 grams. And of course my goal for this is to use it all up. Next up, I have the Makeup Forever powder. I mean, it still looks unused, although I did try to use it consistently in the month of January. Speaking of its weight, it hasn't changed since the intro. It still weighs at 70 grams. But I know from my last year's project pan that I'm extremely slow when it comes to powders. So I have no idea how long it's gonna take me to even use up 1 gram of this. My goal for this is just to hit pan. Next up, my Laura Mercier eyeshadow stick in the shade Amethyst. So this is as much as I have left at the moment. The progress has been pretty steady, and I'll insert a picture over here. So the reddish purplish line is where I started at my intro. The lines above that was from my last year's project pan, and this is one of the items that rolled over from my previous project pan. And that new mark below that reddish purplish line is where I'm at today. As of now, I'm still pretty confident that I will be able to finish this up. Next up, I have the Marc Jacobs Cream Highlight. I don't remember the name. It says Spotlight Glow Stick. There's so much product in here. There's a net weight of 14 grams. When I rolled it in, I checked that. And I have no idea when I rolled it in how much product I had already used up, but since my intro, I've used up less than a gram, so it still weighs the same as like my intro at 60 grams. But of course that's included the packaging and everything. And my goal was to use up 6 grams, I believe. So I still have 6 more grams to go. Good luck to me. I have been using this consistently. I want to say every single time when I applied makeup, I used this. And the weight still hasn't changed. But that's alright. I know this product is just gonna last me forever. And that's why I'm not even trying to use this up by any means. Next up, I have the NARS Liquid Blush in the shade Luster. Still pretty full, as you can see. However, the weight has dropped on this. It weighed 85 grams today. And back in my intro, it weighed 86 grams. So I'm really happy for that. But visually, the progress has been very, very slow. I can't even tell any difference just looking at it between today and when I rolled it in. So I decided to take pictures of it. So in my future updates, I'll be able to have photo comparisons for this. And judging from the very slow progress so far, I don't know if I am confident that I'll be able to finish it by the end of the year. I know it's only my first update. It's only been a month, but a tiny little bit of this goes a very long way. Next up, I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Again, I'm rolling this in to my project pan because this was my first ever bronzer, and it was my only bronzer for about a couple of years until I started going crazy one day over bronzers and stopped using this altogether. So my goal for this is to hit pan on it. That sounds like a very ambitious goal, but I feel like I am off to a good start. Today when I weighed it, it was 64 grams, and back in my intro it weighed 65 grams. So that was very surprising. Although I did use this every single time when I applied makeup, I absolutely did not anticipate to see any change in weight in the first month. So that's why I think I'm off to a good start. It's 11 grams in total. And of course, I have no idea how much I had already used up prior to rolling this in. But I mean, it seems pretty new because I'm really light-handed. I really look forward to seeing more progress in future updates. Next up, I have my Anastasia Soft Glam palette. This is what I wore on my wedding day. So it's a very, very special palette to me. I like to just make the most use out of this. I have very small eyelids space, so all of my eyeshadows, they look brand new. Now I feel like with my consistent use in this past month, it has changed ever so slightly. Now it does look used, especially in some of the matte shades. So that's a good sign. My goal for this is really just to use it as much as I possibly can for this year. So I just want to be able to at least hit pan on one of the shades. And if I do end up reaching that goal, I'll see what I want to do next. But I do plan to keep this just in my project pan for the entire year. Next up, I have a MAC lipstick in the shade Sea Sheer. And my goal for this is simply just to use it 30 times in total. As of now, I have only used it 8 times, but I guess that's not too bad. That's about a quarter of the uses, so I'm almost there. I hope I could use it at least 8 more times by my next update, so let's see how it goes. Next up, I have a lip gloss from Rimmel. It's in the shade BG04, and my goal is just to use it until nothing comes out before I have to take the stopper out, because I don't plan to take the stopper out. So once nothing comes out, I would just consider it finished. The container is opaque in the black part, and it is see-through once it's down to the bottom part. So this is actually the color of the product itself, and at the moment I'm still unable to tell where the product is sitting at. It does settle, and I have been keeping it upright the whole time. Once I do use up more, I would be able to see where it settles at, and I really look forward to reaching that point. I did weigh it, and so far the weight hasn't changed. It still weighs at 19 grams, same as intro. So those are all the products in my 2022 project pan. For this update, I didn't get to roll out any of the products, but that's okay because I am pretty happy with the progress with some of the products, such as the Red Earth foundation and my butter bronzer. So I really hope to potentially roll out the Red Earth foundation by my next update, so I'd be able to roll something new into this project just to make it even more interesting. But I know I am really slow when it comes to using up makeup, and I do plan to be able to use up some of the items that I have in here, and I do anticipate those taking me the entire year, more or less. If you're interested in seeing more updates, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That really means a lot to me. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.